Man, I cannot believe that I didn't understand these three things when I first got started as a real estate investor. Hey everybody, what's going on? Sperber here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Super excited that you're here. Today we're going to be discussing the three biggest myths about being a real estate investor. Now, as a real estate investor, we're often faced with various misconceptions that can cause hesitation or fear or overwhelm when it comes to investing, especially if we're investing our hard-earned money. So what I want to do is just cover these three myths to put your mind at ease and make sure you can move forward powerfully. Myth number one is you got to be wealthy to get into real estate and become a successful investor. This could not be farther from the truth. Real estate investing can be done on any budget regardless of how much liquid capital that you actually have. And you can always use other people's money. You ever heard that phrase, OPM? Maybe you don't have money, and I'm going to go over some creative no money strategies right now, but you can also use other people's money. Always remember that. Now, there's a lot of ways to get started with little to no money down. This is how I got into the business. I had negative $30,000 credit card debt when I first got started, all right? So the first way is to become a bird dog for an already established real estate investor. Now, bird dogging is simply the process of going out there, finding a good deal, okay? Maybe it's directly with the seller, maybe it's a deal from another wholesaler, but you learn how to comp properties. That's basically what a bird dogger does. They find good deals, they sort deals versus duds, and then they serve up those deals to a landlord or a rehabber. Now, all you're doing is connecting the dots. And when the deal closes, you're going to get a very small bird dog fee for helping people find deals, right? Or putting people together and allowing them to work out the details to close the deal. These fees typically range from like $1,000 to $5,000 per deal. All you're doing is finding good deals, introducing that deal or those people that are involved in the deal with each other. You're not actually doing this second way, which is how I got started in the business, which is a process called wholesaling, also known as quick flipping. Now, wholesaling works like this, and you're going to want to write these down. Step number one is you're going to go out there. You're going to use your marketing to go find a motivated seller or a distressed property. All right, there's a ton of reasons that people become motivated, right? Not everybody's motivated all the time, but when they become motivated, because historically Americans are really bad at saving money, all of their money is trapped in their real estate. So when they become motivated, maybe because of a death, a divorce, a loss of job, legal issues, tax issues, medical issues, maybe the property itself has major issues, foundation issues, fire damage, flood damage, maybe it's just old and outdated. Whatever that is to cause somebody to become really motivated, okay, that's step one, is find those people. Okay. Then in step two, you're going to approach them and work out a deal to buy their property at a discount from retail. So if it's worth up here, but it needs a bunch of repairs, you're going to lock it up under contract at a discounted price. So you got to know how to negotiate. You got to know how to influence and persuade them to sign an agreement, okay, and like sign a purchase and sale contract where you could buy it at a discount. When you do that, you now gain what's called equitable interest in the property. All right, said another way, you now control that real estate. Even though you haven't purchased it yet, per the terms of your contract, you control that real estate. Technically, they can't go and sell it to other people. All right? It's kind of like, the way I think about it, it's like a rental agreement. When you sign a rental agreement with a landlord, you now control their house. Even though they still own it, you have certain rights. Right? Well, the same thing with wholesaling. Once you work out a deal to buy their property and you put it under contract, you control it. Then in step number three, you're going to basically hold that contract above your head and you're going to go shop it around to landlords and rehabbers, right? Just like those people you see on TV that flip properties and they update it and sell it for a big profit. Those are your buyers. They're called cash buyers. And there's a lot of people out there that have a ton of cash, but they have very little time on their hands to go and do a good deal or go find a good deal. And so what you're gonna do is you're simply gonna play matchmaker. You're gonna serve it up to them on a silver platter. And then in step number 4, when one of them says, I'll take that deal, I want that deal, I understand, I'm buying it down here. Like if you put it under contract here, you're just gonna mark it up whatever you wanna make. So if you wanna make 5 grand, 10 grand, 20 grand, you're gonna mark it up and you're going to sell it to that cash buyer. Okay? And the way we do it is called an assignment. You're simply going to assign your contract. The property's worth up here, right? It needs a bunch of work. You have it under contract down here. You're going to sell your rights to that contract at here. And when you assign your contract to maybe somebody like me who's always looking for good deals, you found a good deal, you assign it to me, you're going to step out, I'm going to step in, and as the cash buyer, I'm going to complete the transaction. So when you're out there saying, hey, I'll pay cash for your house, you're not lying. It's just not your cash. It's going to be my cash or your cash buyer's cash. And then in step number 5, you're going to get your assignment fee paid out to you directly from escrow when the deal closes. All right, and then you're going to get your profit check, you're going to do your little money dance, and then you're going to go back out there and do it again. All right, now I've made as little as $500 wholesaling a property and more than $100,000 on a single deal. I just did one the other day for $80K and another one for $70K and another one for $85K. I mean, not normal, but there are bigger wholesale deals or wholesale profits out there. Now, as far as actually owning real estate instead of just flipping contracts or bird dogging or something like that, there are ways where you can go out there and take over existing mortgages and buy somebody's property with little to no money out of your pocket. And this process is called a subject to transaction. I don't have time in this video to go into all the details of how sub-twos work, but this is a type of creative finance deal. And they happen all the time, by the way. Think about $5.7 trillion worth of mortgages refinanced between 2020 and 2022. There are over 40 million Americans with a 2, 3, or 4% mortgage on their property. This is like gold, right? So instead of approaching these homeowners, and some of them have little to no equity because they just bought or refinanced a couple years ago. And so they have this house, they're not super motivated, they have a house with a really good mortgage attached to it, and they're not willing to take a big discount because they can't. They have little to no equity. And so what you can do is instead of offering them a cash offer, you can come in and say, hey, I'll pay you whatever price you want as long as you leave that existing mortgage in place for some period of time. It doesn't have to be forever, but maybe for the next 5 years or 10 years, maybe the whole entire time the rest of the mortgage exists. The key is buying the real estate with good mortgage already in it, right? And that's called a subject to transaction. With even just a small amount of capital or creativity doing these creative finance type deals, you can actually get started and grow your real estate portfolio over time and grow your wealth over time. All right, that was myth number 1. Myth number 2 is real estate investing is too risky and too unpredictable. Think about that. While real estate investments do come with a certain amount of risk, all investors should consider risk. That this is no more unpredictable or scary than any other form of investment out there. And with real estate, you're going to get great returns if you buy the property right and you manage it correctly over the long term, right? The key here is learning how to do your due diligence, doing your research, increasing your skills and capabilities, doing your market research, understanding market conditions, building your network, really dialing in exactly what type of investments you want to buy. Is it land? Is it apartments? Is it Airbnbs? Is it residential? What is it? Dialing in that investing strategy, getting educated, right? And this is the key because what you really want to do is just minimize as much potential risk or unexpected potential losses if the market goes into a downturn or something unpredictable happens. The key is not eliminating all risk. You're never going to be able to eliminate all risks. It's really learning how to take calculated risks and still, in the face of fear or hesitation, still be able to move forward because you believe in yourself, because you put in the work, because you've increased your skills. You have a great network. You know agents, you know loan officers, you know other investors, you have mentors in your corner, you understand who all the power team members are, and you have great vendors on your Rolodex. The key is being able to gather information quickly so you can make an informed decision. All right, last but not least is myth number 3, which is real estate investing is just a get-rich-quick scheme. Just like any other business venture out there, real estate investing takes dedication, takes hard work, takes a lot of intention and enthusiasm if you want to get lasting real results. I've known a lot of people that get in this business, they play the short game, they cut people out of deals, they don't do good business, they don't really have any skills, they go do some lame-ass weekend seminar, and they go play real estate investor, and they're just out there over-promising, under-delivering, pissing everybody off. For us real estate investors, we can't stand it. And so you really got to take this business seriously if you want to get good results, all right? The key is hard work, dedication, and it doesn't mean that it's going to take forever to go out there and get a win, right? With the right power team and the right skills and the right education and the knowledge behind your business, with the right market conditions and proper financial planning, you're going to be able to see significant returns, not only quickly, but consistently over time as well. Plus, unlike investing in other assets like stocks, with real estate, you gain a few competitive advantages. Competitive advantage number 1 is leverage. Think about this. With leverage, you can buy $1 million worth of real estate for just a few $100,000. Where else can you do that? Take $200,000 and go buy $1 million worth of stuff. You can also leverage other people's time, money, skills, relationships, money, resources, all that stuff, so you can go out there and do more deals and go further faster. Competitive advantage number 2 is with real estate, you have some serious tax advantages. You have depreciation, you have expense write-offs, you have interest write-offs, you have the ability to go buy, let's say, a duplex, own it for a few years with appreciation, okay, which is the prices going up over time, and with proper management, so you're raising the rent, so you're increasing the cash flow from the property, and with the right write-offs, all your depreciation and write-offs, so you're managing it really well, you can take all those profits and roll them forward into another property where you can move from a duplex to maybe a 20 unit. That's called a 1031 exchange, where you're not cashing out and taking your profits and getting taxed on it. You're rolling those profits forward so you can buy a bigger, better asset. You do that a few times, next thing you know, 20 years from now, you wake up, you have a 500-unit apartment building that's bringing in $45,000, $50,000 a month, and you're just balling out, having a great life. How cool is that? What other vehicle can you build some serious life-changing wealth with other than real estate? And then competitive advantage number 3 is you can get started with little to no money out of your pocket, little to no resources. Like I said earlier, there's a whole world out there, creative, no money down real estate investing strategies that you can deploy and make money quickly in real estate. Look at some of the links down in the description down below. I got tons of free training down there that can help you learn not only how to become a successful wholesaler, but also a creative finance expert and a creative real estate investor. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm about to go for a run. Look, I did this whole entire video in my sneakers because I gotta go. I wanna go run, all right? Those are 3 of the biggest myths. They've held a lot of good investors back, but they don't have to hold you back because now you know. Get out there and remember, knowledge isn't power. It's only powerful if you take massive action with it. It's applied knowledge that's powerful. So arm yourself with the information, get out there and put it into action and go dominate. Thanks for watching. Till next time, I'm out of here. Take care, comb your hair, peace.